Right. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Facebook. There we go. Got it. Awesome. Good morning. It is Brenda and Dr. Dave back here on Monday with Conversations with the Devas. Good morning, Dr. Dave. How you doing today?
Good morning. Fantastic. Enjoying the holiday that we have here, Memorial Day. It's been a gorgeous weekend for unbelievable. So good. So, yay.
That's
How are you
always
today?
nice. I'm good. It's a beautiful sunny day out there. The birds are singing, and yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful day.
Awesome.
Great way to start the week, I'll tell you.
I agree, for sure.
All right. So I'm shuffling up the cards here, and nothing's popping out. So we're just going to take the first three off the top. So our first one is Sage. Second one is Copaiba, our friend Copaiba again. And Lemon. I love that lemon.
Wow.
So Sage is in the position of the first one, which is the resources that we currently have. So let's see what the Nature's Divas have for us today. Breathe me in. I am Sage. I clear the air when energy gets heavy. So when we notice things, and I think as we do these shows every week, that people are starting to, at least I hope they are, starting to recognize that there's an awareness where, they start to feel what's their body. They start to recognize things within themselves and then in their environment on what's going on. And if it feels good, if it doesn't, and start to change those things. So it's really, really important when we are in a situation, if it doesn't feel right, then let's take a look. What's going on? Is it you that's, something's off, or are you picking up on somebody else? Or is it just the whole environment and the experience that maybe a different choice is in order rather than continuing on your path now? That gut feeling that you get going, this isn't a good idea, but you're like, but I just want to. And then, when you get in this situation, you're like, oh, this probably wasn't a good idea. Well, there's always the next moment where you can change that and extract yourself out of that. So Sage is reminding us that if things feel heavy and this is in a situation, and it can also be your thoughts. So in Access Consciousness, they talk about feeling light or heavy. So when you feel light, when you ask yourself a question, or you're speaking and it feels very light, or somebody is saying something to you and it feels light, it means that it's the truth and it resonates with you. But if it feels heavy, or you're speaking and you just feel that dread, that heaviness, then it's usually a lie. So if you are speaking to somebody and it's just, it feels murky and heavy, it's like, I got your number. I'm not going to resonate with that, or that's not resonating with me. And that's your body saying that this isn't a good idea. So Sage reminds us that when things feel heavy, it's time to extract yourself out of there, or, really pay attention to what those words are that are being said, because a lot of it isn't resonating with you, and you don't need to acknowledge that really and take that on for yourself. So Dr. Dave.
You know, sage, I love. Most of sage awareness and working with it came from the Native American traditions. So smudging, and a lot of the tribes, they use sage. Some use other ones for smudging. So some of them use the cedar and sweetgrass and a few others, but a lot of them, and that's become worldwide, or not, more popular. Let's do that. So, uh, using sage to clear things, and I think I've mentioned this before. So when you smudging, if you think of it as a whiteboard, your whole area, whether it's your house, your office, your space, whatever that is, you think of it as a whiteboard that you're going to write on, and then you've been writing, and then you erase, and you write on it, and you erase. There's going to be resonance or remnants of things there. So smudging is where we're actually cleaning that whole whiteboard. So it completely clears everything that's there, any of the static function that's there, that's left, any residuals. It just clears it to its pristine state, where it's just neutral. So it brings it back to neutral. So remembering that stage allows things to come back to neutral. The important part that a lot of folks forget is that once you've done that, it's your job to set the intention of what that space is to become. So you need to fill that space with light, love, grace, forgiveness, whatever it is that you need or want to have in that space, because otherwise it's still the universe abhors a void. So it's going to end up bringing back the same collective that was there before. So making sure that we bring in and embed that frequency, what we're wanting to keep that space clean, keeping it healthy, keeping it positive, whatever that is. So that sage, I, I can't stress that enough, because I know that a lot of new agers, if you will, everybody smudges everything. Well, that's great, fantastic. But the problem is that if you don't follow up and do the real work, the way that it's actually designed is to put in what it is supposed to have there, um, then that's the problem, is you want to put in that happiness. So it just allows us, it allows us that wonderful clearing of it. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say with that, because I can talk about that forever, because it's so important. It just really frustrates me that people don't follow through with that step. They forget that step, if you will.
Absolutely.
So,
Okay, so the second one is Copaiba, and this is what we need to release. So let's see. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel my essence envelop you in a nice warm hug. Are you, whoops,
yeah.
wrong page. I'm like, no,
I
that's
was like,
not it. And I'm like,
I'm
oh,
like,
I'm on
what?
Cyprus, not Copaiba. Sorry about that. All right, here we go again. Soft and gentle as me, Copaiba. I help you slow down and look around. What do you see? Breathe. Take in all that is around you. Notice and acknowledge the little things. Our days can be taken up with busyness, and before we know it, another day has passed. With all this doing and lists, there doesn't seem to be any time for stepping outside and just being. Commit to yourself to take a few moments each day to be. So this goes nicely with the sage, because if we've got that heaviness, and this can be in regards to, setting goals and just trying to plow through, and you're just feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders, and nothing's working out and you're not sure why, because you're doing everything and you're just trying and, nothing's working and you're getting frustrated. Copaiba is asking you to let it go and surrender the outcome of whatever your goals are, because you don't need to know the how. You have put everything in place that you need to do. So now you need to surrender and let the universe take over, because the universe has a bigger plan in store for you and much better than you could have ever imagined. So by you trying to make this happen, it's impeding the universe from doing what they want to do in order to manifest this in a huge way for you. So what sometimes is the best way, even though it doesn't, in our brains, it doesn't make sense to go, well, what do you mean I'm just going to sit here and be? Well, I'm not doing anything. Well, yeah, you are doing something. You are surrendering, and you are letting go, and you are taking that step back to just be and get out in nature, breathe in, and just notice everything that's going on in nature. Like, notice the smallest thing that you can. And there's all these different kingdoms and different things going on without you being aware of it. And those things are going on all the time. And so nature just does its thing. Everybody's just being more of what they are. They're not worried about tomorrow. They're not worried about, well, I got out of line, the ant, if you're thinking of an ant, and it's like, well, I tried going this way and it didn't work. And now I'm like so stressed out and I don't know if I can follow a line again, I'm just saying, I'm making, that just came to me. I don't know. Anyways, so they're not worried about all that stuff. It's just like, all right, what are we doing today? All right, we're going to go get some food. All right, let's go. And they're doing their thing. So what the universe is asking, and Copaiba is like, you do you, just be. Get out in nature, breathe, connect, feel the energy, go by the water, feel the energy, the flow of the water. Sit against a tree and feel the energy of that tree and just be. And when you do that, you slow down so that the universe can give you messages on maybe the next steps that you may not have thought of, because you're going this way and the universe is like, hey, we need you to turn this corner here. But because you're trying to plow through, it's not going to happen. So by doing that, you are actually, it is a huge thing, and it's very important for you to do on a regular basis so that you hear those messages, so that you can know what those next steps are. And it makes it so much easier than trying to plow through and make something happen when clearly that's not what's going to happen, and you're just banging your head against a wall.
Yeah, I love that explanation and that inv- explanation and the invitation to just be. Um, in the work, how the oil has presented Copaiba, however, it depends whether you want to flare or how you want to say it. I don't know. Um, in the way that we've taught it is to remember that it's the Copaiba is the oil of unveiling.
Mm.
So it's remembering that it is getting to some of the core belief of, no, not the core belief, but the core intention of issues and where things are coming from, where we're beginning our thought process, and or how we started generating all the wrong fabricated story that we're telling ourselves, if you will. 1 second. So sorry about that.
That's
So
okay.
sorry. Uh, the unveiling aspect of Copaiba, and it's I love that it's just getting to that core, but at the same time, it also lets us just take a better evaluation of deciding and finding out, is this something that is in our best interest? We get to, it's that, like you said, that invitation just to be is to let us kind of hit the pause button to look at, is this actually doing, serving me the way that I is the best for my greatest and highest good? The other aspect of Copaiba is, holy cow, it is a game changer when it comes to our natural healing ability. And the healing ability of this oil is because it works on the endocannabinoid system. And so a lot of folks heard and seen a lot of the hype um, about CBD oils, which also works on the endocannabinoid system. And for pain management, for all of the same reasons, usually. So this is a very, very similar um, oil that will do most of the same things, but way more. When it comes to the CBD oils, this one is actually, it directly affects the changes and makes the changes within our body system. As where CBD oil is, it's a reaction of some of that. So it's responding to it. So it's not a direct change, it is a secondary change that comes about in the body. And so with Copaiba, using that, it literally for me was one of the oils that was such a game changer with dealing with some of the medical challenges and the pain um, that I was going through. That at one point, that and turmeric were able to completely take me off medications for it. And so I highly recommend, I can't say enough about folks taking a look at all of the research that has come out working with Copaiba. It's phenomenal. Not to mention the emotional aspects of we're able to get to work with it. And it's really funny. I love how you started to talk about the wrong oil, but those things, I was like, oh, I've never actually tagged that to Copaiba, but it is really, it is how it feels. It's very warm and gentle, and it always is that comforting feeling that I get from Copaiba, even though it's not typically all of those. I was like, yeah, but I know that's not what we normally would say. So I thought that was hilarious. It is all those things. It really is. But it's so gentle and easy, but it is hands down a game changer for so many folks. So I please do some research, folks, to take a look at how it might benefit you, not only from the emotional and um, situational awareness that you might have with it, but the physical aspects as well, because it is a powerful um, um, partner that you want on your healing team. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And then the last one we have is our friend Lemon. And
Bye.
this is how everything's going to manifest out. So, good day. I'm Lemon, and I help you get up and moving in the morning. Do you seem to be going through a rough patch in your life? You dream of bigger things, but just not sure how to move forward. Well, look no further. I can help cleanse your spirit and mind, releasing old patterns which give clarity of thought and purpose. Well, that just wraps it up in a nice little package. So what Lemon is saying, it's like, if you're in that rough patch, Copaiba reminds us to just step out in nature and be. Take that time, step back, see what's going on. If this is the right path for you, do an assessment, surrender, let that go. And then if you're feeling heavy, if it's not resonating with you, then it's definitely something to let go of, because it's not for your highest and best. And that's where that heaviness versus the lightness comes in. So it's really important each day to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? What kind of energy are you putting out there? What kind of energy, what are you feeling? How are you feeling today? How's your energy level? Are you feeling kind of discombobulated? Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? Check in with yourself and make those adjustments. Breathe in some oils, use those oils. They're not just for a decoration for your shelf, you know, they're actually there to be used. So definitely use them, diffuse them. If you have bracelets with the lava beads, put them on that. Whatever you need to do, just, you know, use those oils because they do such wonderful things in the background and they're so very gentle that they are really helpful in moving you forward in whatever it is that you want to do. Dr. Dave?
I love lemon. It's so good for so many reasons. It's a powerful cleaner that we can use, but it's a cleaner also in our environment, even, you know. So just our space, our mental space, all of those, it applies. And it's one of the ones that really help detox our liver. Um, in working with it and using it in that way, it's and that's from ancient times. It's been documented of using that oil in it, especially in the morning. So a lot of, I think, yes, I know the Coptic tradition, which is the Egyptian church. Part of their tenets is in the morning is always to have a half of lemon with squeezed into hot water in the very first morning, like within the first half hour that you're awake. That's one of the things that they a lot of them believe really sets up your whole system to work much more efficiently, cleanly, and it gives what's needed for your body to get rid of any and all of the things that you've gone through throughout your past couple of days or whatever. So using that is wonderful, but it's a very uplifting and cheery type of oil that it brings about that whole um, space of getting it nice, fresh, and clean. And most everybody has that, you know, thinking of it just feels bright and light. So it's one that you can put into a spray, like a water bottle with lemon in it for your car. I use that because it keeps you awake, keeps you alert. It's a citrus, so therefore it's also an anti um, depressant properties. So all of the citrus ones are, and so I don't think that we can use lemon enough. I don't think that we bring it in as much as we really should because it helps us really get through any of the congestion that might be happening in our thought process, our thinking, our feeling, all of that. So it's such a wonderful oil. Ta-da.
Absolutely. And it's also bringing the sunshine in. It's the color yellow, and yellow is good for focus and clarity. So if you're, you know, creating something and you're maybe got writer's block or you're just not sure what the next step is, spritzing that lemon around, bringing in yellow flowers, just bringing in that color yellow, wearing yellow, eating lemons, eating that the color yellow is really good to help with your focus as well as clarity, and it just makes everything crystal clear. So it's a really good thing to do. So do you have any last words for our conversations with the divas, Dr. Dave?
You know, if I were to look at all of those oils kind of put together, are the recipe of it all, is I believe that the underlying current of what the divas might be telling us or inviting us to take a look at is, you know, where are things stuck in your life right now or in your awareness, in your environment? Let's get that cleared, and then let's bring in some of the sunshine. So let's
Mm.
bring in the light to it all. Really is they're giving us literally a roadmap of how we can clear it, how we can take a look at what it was for what it really was, not what we might have made it, and then also what kind of energy to bring into it. So bring in that sunshine. That was, as soon as you said that, I'm like, there it is. There's the final touch. That's awesome. So it's wonderful. I love how they always. I I'm pretty sure I know how the next episode's gonna be like. What might it? What if
Hmm.
if you followed these directions?
Absolutely.
So that's all I got. So I think that it's important for everybody to not only in the big scale of things of taking a look at all of those, but just on a daily, even throughout your day, you have an opportunity just to clear out things and just bring in some of that light. You don't have to have a huge process about it. And I think that's what the oils are, because it is so gentle and it doesn't have to be always have a spring cleaning, just your day to day. It could be
Yeah,
really nice.
absolutely. And just something to add to that, if you are banging your head against the wall and you're like, what do I need to do? Why don't you join us this Wednesday? We're having a goal setting workshop, Dr. Dave and I, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's always an adventure when Dr. Dave and I get together, always a fun time. There's lots of laughter and humor and learning. And
Mhm.
sometimes you just need to make some tweaks to something and then everything becomes clear. So maybe it's the wording you're using. Maybe you're not dreaming big enough. Who knows what it is, but come and attend the goal setting workshop. We will put the link in the chat or the comments. And yeah, it's this Wednesday. So that will be May 31st. And yeah, it's from 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, or daylight savings time. So yeah, you can register at Eventbrite. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you there. So thank you so much for joining us today. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, we would love to hear your comments and what resonated with you today. And if you want to stick around for a little bit, we are going to be right back with what if and positive possibilities. So that's always a fun. Oh, there goes Dr. Dave.
Oh,
He's so excited. He just about
I
fell
am.
off of his chair.
So sorry. I am. I'm really excited. I can't wait.
Oh, goodness. So wherever you are, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and we will see you here next Monday. And if you want to stick around, we'll be right back with What If. So take care. We'll talk to you
Bye,
soon.
everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.